Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Macca here with another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. This is an achievement/trophy guide for zombies achievement/trophy called My Home is the Arena, which is for surviving to round 20 without opening a single gate in the level 9. Now this seems incredibly difficult at first glance, but it's actually not too bad. But there are a couple of really crucial tips you'll want to keep in mind when going for this. And the first thing you want to do is make sure that you play on casual. You can get it on the normal and harder difficulties, but you can also get it on the easiest difficulty, which is casual. So make sure you put that on and select the map. And as for the elixirs, you're going to want to make sure that you choose a couple of things that could really help you. For me, I chose the ability to recharge my special a little bit faster. I chose the ability to refresh my equipment, as well as the ability to run a little bit faster with aim down sight. I also had a nuke with me, but I actually ended up never using it. If you do have some consumable elixirs that are a little bit better, feel free to equip them as a just in case, but again, they're not going to be necessary. Now, the most important step of this process is to start in the arena and cut down one of the banners, and then you're going to do the challenges. And the entire principle, again, is to get the third challenge completed in order to spawn yourself a Z Harmony gun inside of your flame pit from the gods, and that is what is going to be required unless you want to give yourself a really hard time. Also, on the off chance that your third challenge requires you to leave the starting area, for example, you need to slide under a trap or survive a round in the temple, you will have to then end the game and restart in order to get a different set of challenges. This gun comes pack-a-punched already, and that means it's going to deal a lot more damage than any of the other guns that are available to you in the arena. Now, on top of this, I would recommend having yourself the SX07 model, which is the single-shot kind of rifle that is located on one of the arena walls. Now, you might be wondering what happens when you run out of ammo, and for this gun, you can actually just buy ammo off the wall in the location of the pistol called Strife. The Z Harmony is actually a variant of that pistol, even if it's not immediately obvious. So all you'll need to do is buy it off the wall, but keep in mind that it'll cost 4,500 Zombucks every time you want to refill the gun because the gun is pack-a-punched. So it can be very expensive to refill it, which is why I would recommend using the SX Model 07 as you see on screen for as many rounds as you can. In fact, I used it most of the time up all the way until round 11 or so. Even in the later rounds, I would use it just to finish off some of the last zombies in that round in order to, again, save money. You really do want to save a lot of money once you start getting into the later rounds, as it can be very expensive to continue these rounds with that Z Harmony. The next thing I want to talk about as we fast forward to round 14 in the video is the general strategy and some of the tips I have. So, generally speaking, you want to run around the outside of the arena in circles in order to get a chain of zombies behind you, and then every now and again, periodically turn around to kill them. You can use your gun or your grenades or even your super every now and again, although I would recommend only using your special on the big guys like the gladiators. Another really important tip, as you see on screen, is managing your power-ups and making sure you use them in the best way possible. So, for example, the Instagib, I waited until it was almost 100% gone before I picked it up because it would let me get through more of the round with Instagib on. The same thing applies for things like double points, where you want to make sure you pick them up and then immediately kill as many zombies as possible. For example, with max ammo, you want to use as much ammo as possible before picking it up so that you can save more money on your ammo itself. Although you're also going to get some useless stuff like fire sales every now and again. Additionally, another thing you want to keep in mind is the affinity marker. So in the bottom left corner, we have the little green skull thumbs up. You'll see that if you're doing well. The better you do, the better the thumbs up will be. And every now and again, the crowd will throw you items. And those items can range in usefulness to something not useful at all, but they can also give you what you see on screen, which is the ability to completely recharge your special weapon just by picking them up. This is another thing you want to manage so that if you do see one, you might want to just use your special weapon, clear as many zombies as possible, and then pick up the power-up in order to instantly refresh it. This is going to be extremely useful to you as well, so make sure you keep an eye out for any, anything dropped by or thrown into the arena by the audience. Last but not least, we also have our elixirs. We're going to want to manage those. Obviously, you're going to save the really important ones, the ones that will help you out in a pinch for the final rounds, as they're usually the hardest, although round 19 actually isn't very hard. I think round 18 is probably the hardest. You do definitely want to save those for when you're in a pinch. So make sure you are managing those and, relying on the timers and using them whenever you have the ability to, so you can maximize your firepower. Now, last but not least, the most important thing is what happens when you go down, and what does it mean to survive. So for surviving, all you need to do is get to level 20, and you have to obviously make sure you don't open any of the gates, as that's the main requirement of the achievement. But you can go down, and if you are playing in solo, which is obviously recommended, you have a total of 3 self-revives. When you go down, you will automatically revive yourself a total of 3 times before it is game over. So even though you will see me go down in round 18, I will wait around 5 seconds and be automatically revived, and I get to continue playing. And as long as I don't get downed more than 3 times before reaching round 20, I am good to go and my achievement will unlock. Now, that is really all of the tips and tricks I have for this video, but I did want to include the last 5 or 6 rounds, so I will make sure that this video plays out until I get the achievement. If you want to watch and see the actual tips and tricks in action, you want to see what happens in later rounds so you can be prepared, and you want to see what happens, if you get downed or with certain types of enemies, how you're going to manage them. All of that's still going to be included in the video. I just won't be talking over the gameplay. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if this video is helpful. A special thanks to the amazing people on Patreon for supporting the show. See you next time. Peace.
Oh, great. Now what? These knife hand guys hate me. You think I've shot their dog or something? Thumbs down, gladiator. Thumbs down.
Insta-kill. Max ammo. Fire sale.
Am I glad we remembered to bring those? Fucking ghouls are everywhere. Heads up, fellas. Death on 4 legs approaching. Incoming axe guy. Watch out. He likes to throw them. More tigers. Like pounding a watermelon. No way am I sitting out the rest of this. About time you shut up. That seemed to hurt it. I don't know what'll kill me first. The rot jockeys or Shaw's elixirs. I'm gonna pop all your balloons. Let's face it, Cug Ugly. This thing between us isn't working.
valuable points.
Points, money, whatever the hell you are, I'm investing in firepower. Don't know how many more of these bruisers I can take.
Insta-kill.
Open season on COD uglies. No. Why do I hate shooting these tigers? It's not like they're cute or fluffy, or even smell nice. Ha! You're dead. I swear, I'm gonna catch that axe and shove it up your ass. That's as close as you're getting. Keep sending these guys, I'll keep putting them down.